Hello, and welcome to episode number 2 of the Tweedle Eat Tweedle Run podcast, where Steph and I document our Run Disney adventures at both Disney World and Disneyland parks. I'm Court, and this is Steph.
Hello! And as always, you can interact with us on Instagram at tweedleeattweedlerun or reach us by email at tweedleeattweedlerun.com or tweedleeattweedlerun@gmail.com, or we're also on YouTube, and you can now find us on Spotify. Look for Tweedle Eat and Tweedle Run on both platforms. On today's episode, we are going to be giving you our pre-race talk, since it's like 3 weeks to go. 3 weeks today we'll be running, I'll be running the 10 miler, I guess.
Yeah, 3 weeks today. Yeah, how is the training going, Steph? Are you feeling ready for it?
I mean, I did run 10 miles 2 days ago on a treadmill, and I then ran 7K the next day, and I ran
Good.
7K today. So
Yay!
yay, I'm okay.
Sounds like you're going to be there. I was going to do a 10K yesterday and on my treadmill because it was very cold outside, and I am a fair weather outdoor runner.
That's mine.
And I got about 5K in, and my hip was not happy. And I was like, okay, or just 5K. We're just going to do 5K and not push it. So I'm going to try and maybe get out and do a longer one tomorrow, because it's supposed to be 11 degrees Celsius, which is delightful to run in. So
Oh, so it could be a nice day to run outside tomorrow. I
yeah,
half
maybe.
debated it today because I was like, I'm running later than I normally do, so it could
Yeah.
actually be quite nice.
Yeah.
And then
But
I
you're not
didn't do
really an
it.
outdoor runner. That's the thing. This thing about
No.
Steph can do, well, you've done a half marathon on a treadmill, which is like, I
Yeah.
mean, just the definition of insanity. I don't
I
understand how you can do
I
it.
just watch movies. I will watch like an entire movie on a treadmill and happily just go and then be like, oh, I just ran a half marathon. No problem.
I know. No, that's not what normal people do, Stuff,
No.
but that's fine.
Yeah.
I did watch the entire season of Drive to Survive, season 6, while running this winter, so that was good. I have to have a good show.
Yeah.
So like if I have a show that I'm really into, then it's not as bad, and I can get through it that way.
My long run this week was achieved by watching the entire episode of The Amazing Race, as well as a little bit of some other stuff, because I was like,
Oh,
oh,
nice.
I just need like 10 minutes more. So,
I always feel though like that treadmill running feels so much faster, even though I'm going slower. Then I don't know. And I think that's backwards to most people, because some people are like, oh, I just set it and then that it keeps my pace. I always find I run faster outside just because I think, oh my God, I'm not getting anywhere. And then
and
I
then you just
want to,
go.
yeah, I want to move faster while on the treadmill. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like,
Well,
God,
and
this
then
thing's going so fast.
you and I, when we run together, we also just tend to run faster anyways, because we don't have anywhere close to the same cadence, and
I
the
know.
place we meet in the middle is some ridiculous speed.
I
But
know. And then you blame
that's
me because I'll be like, no, Steph, I don't want to run too fast. And you'll say, I was following your pace. I'm like, I was following your pace.
and that's just how it goes.
Yeah, because for cadence, for any of the runners out there, if our 2 listeners happen to run. So for our cadence, I'm getting better because I had to go to physio because I broke myself. So, but at one point I was 150 steps per minute,
Yeah,
and Steph is
like I average 198.
yes. So like it's like Steph, and it's like Court is like lopping along beside you. But
So
now I'm better.
now,
I'm getting at like 170 now,
yeah,
so which is better probably for my old lady body. So
exactly. There you go.
anyways, all right. So we're gonna talk about our trip. And as the planner of this duo, I guess I'm going to share. So for anyone who's watching on YouTube, you can actually follow along. So I'll show you the massive spreadsheet that I do for every one of mine and Steph's trips.
Yes, you just have to
And
understand that anytime you travel with Court anywhere, this is not just Disney. This is what you receive, is this beautiful spreadsheet of all the things. And now the crazy thing about this is when we first saw this, my husband Higgy and I, about this whole Benvenuti trip planning process, we were very overwhelmed. Now we are planning a trip this summer without them, and I have the same spreadsheets going.
yeah,
So it has just happened. I
it
know
just
nothing else.
happens. It's great. And even if I do little trips, I'm like, but when am I doing which thing? And I like to just, anyways, I like to see it, it's my accountant heart that loves Excel that I need everything in spreadsheets. So
It's true.
yeah, so we'll walk through what our plans are, and then after our race, we'll have a trip report episode where we'll see if any of it happened, or if we had to abandon it, or if we shoved more in. Because if you're on the YouTube and are looking at this spreadsheet, you're probably thinking, wow, this is aggressive. And if you're listening on Spotify, you will realize soon that yes, it is very aggressive. But let's walk through it. We are there for 4 days, let's say. I mean, technically we're there for 5, but on the last day we really just fly home pretty early in the
Yeah.
morning. But we can start off. We're flying in on the Thursday, and the reason we're doing that is because we need to go to pick up our race kits at the expo. Steph, doing all 3 races, needs to pick her race kit up the day before the races start, because obviously they go off at 5 a.m. You can't pick up your race kit the morning of. So we're going to fly in.
Actually, there is an
Can you?
emergency booth that you
No
can,
way.
as
Oh,
I've learned from the Run Disney Facebook group, which is also
oh,
very useful for those who are interested in everything Run Disney. The Facebook book can be kind of overwhelming, but you do learn a little bit of useful stuff at times. So there is an emergency booth,
oh,
but
good.
you have to go at even earlier. So
Oh, geez. Yeah. I mean, and as it is, I mean, when we did it last year, I mean, granted, we were going to get up at 2:30, and then my body woke me up at 2 a.m., was like ready to go. So then I got up, and Steph's like, why are you up already? Well, but even
how
at that, we
was
were up at 2:30. That was just to get there on time for the race. That wasn't to pick up a race kit or anything. So
no.
we'll have to see what time we want to get up this time. But so anyway, so we're going to fly in on the Thursday. Our flight leaves bright and early at 6:15 a.m. So we're going to be practicing our early morning wake ups before we even have to start our runs. But it'll be interesting because I'm not sure what we're going to do to get all, because this day we're going to purchase Genie Plus. And I haven't told you this stuff yet, but there's this service you can use called Standby Skipper. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it basically
No.
will it'll you pay for it obviously separately, but it'll book
Yes.
your lightning lanes for you. So, because
Oh.
we're going to be on the plane at 7 a.m. when everything opens up. So I'm like kind of debating, do we do it? And then maybe just, I don't know, test it out and see if we like it. And yeah, so we might do that. And then, or I might convince Marie, my best friend who has booked lightning lanes before us before. I might see if she'll book some stuff for us at 7 a.m. So shout out to Marie if she's listening, that
Hi,
she might
Marie.
get called on. And then our plan is that day. So we're going to start. So we're staying at the beach club. So we're going to drop all our stuff off at the beach club and wander over to Epcot because it's right there through the International Gateway. And both of us have on our bucket list to go check out the Moana Way of Water because we haven't seen it yet. So
No, and it looks very awesome from the videos online.
yeah. And then obviously, Steph, we have to hit up your favorite ride, I want to say.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say it's my favorite ride.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Join the
hoping to
virtual
get,
queue.
yeah, virtual queue or individual lightning lane, or you know what? I don't know, Steph. You might want to do both.
I probably will. Let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll be taking my children's gravel that day to be able to do all the rides. So Steph does not suffer from any motion sickness, which is her superpower. I suffer from some motion sickness. Some rides I'm okay, some I'm not. It just kind of depends on the ride. So so we'll do that, and then Flower and Garden Festival booths for lunch is going to be a priority for sure that day.
Considering we have a whole list to go through just for that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine is mostly alcohol, but I probably shouldn't drink that much that day.
Steph has picked so many alcoholic drinks that she wants to try. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see
Well,
what
we'll
we get
see.
through.
I mean,
And
I
then,
guess if I'm gonna drink any day in Flower and Garden Festival booths, it's the day before the 5K.
yeah, it's just a 5K,
It's
Steph.
a
Come on now.
5K. It's fine.
And so, yeah, we'll do that, and then see at what point we can check into the room. So, we'll put in that, we're there, and we'll see when our room gets opened up. But then we'll head to pick up our race kits, either check into the hotel, get the race kits, depending what's happening, get those. And then in the afternoon, the plan is to stack some lightning lanes at Hollywood Studios, and do a bunch of rides there. I have on the list to go to the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge because we've never
Oh,
been there. I know, to the lounge.
and we also are. annual pass holders now. So there's a magical
Yeah.
little star that says there's an AP discount. So we
AP
might as well make
discount.
use of it.
Yes, yeah. So we'll be we decided since we're going to all these races, it just made financial sense to get an annual pass since we're going to be going five. Did we decide 5 times in the calendar or in
It
the annual
is it
pass
is
year?
4 times to
Four
Disney
times.
World, five
Right.
times total because Disneyland does not count.
Yes, unfortunately, there's no more coast to coast annual pass,
No,
but
I was very sad about that.
I know. But then, yeah, I think that's pretty much. And then we're going to just, close out Hollywood Studios, try and do all the rides there, maybe pick up an individual lightning lane for Rise, or maybe try and hit it kind of at the end of the night. We'll just see what we're feeling like doing, and then back to the beach club. I did have on here to potentially go to Jelly Rolls at night. So like that's a maybe an option. So we'll see how we're
We'll
feeling. But
see.
I
We'll see
figured
how it goes.
with the early morning wake up and then the next 3 days of early morning wake ups, I'm like, maybe that's the night we'll just head to bed a little early, but we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
where the night takes us. And then on to Friday. So that's Steph's first race day. So
Yep.
Friday, which is April the 19th, that's the 5K Neverland race. And Steph, what is the costuming situation for this race for you?
So since it's Neverland, I do have a Tinkerbell costume that I was happy to purchase off of AliExpress because it was a child-sized costume for about $10. I don't have it out here, but I could. It's essentially an apron that I am wearing over a green tank top and the green tutu that I had from last year's Buzz Lightyear costume. But the best
Right.
part of it, because keep in mind, I will be starting these races at 5 a.m. when it is still very dark in Florida. I have to go with it Tinkerbell wings.
And they light up. Look
Up.
at how cute.
I know.
Very
I
nice.
couldn't resist my $12 Amazon purchase. So
Love
yes,
it.
I have Tinkerbell wings for that race. But
So
yeah,
yeah, so Steph's gonna go. So I'm gonna sleep because that's what I bring to this relationship. So Steph's gonna get up. She's gonna go to the race. She's gonna kill it and then make it back to the hotel because I mean it goes off at 5 a.m. So I suspect you'll be back by 6:30, depending
yeah,
on how many stops you make during the race. But our goal then is we're gonna rope drop, hopefully Flight of Passage that morning at Animal Kingdom and try and knock out most of the rides at Animal Kingdom that morning without probably needing Genie Plus. I think we're gonna maybe try and stack them that day, but we'll see how busy the parks are. So we may use Genie Plus that morning at Animal Kingdom, not sure. And then we're gonna head to Epcot.
yeah.
Again, we're gonna do the Flower and Garden Festival booths for lunch. I
Probably
really
do Guardians again, which is my favorite ride. You've
yeah,
gotten to
probably
say
get an
that that's
individual
actually what it
lightning
was.
lane. I want to do Soarin' because I love Soarin'.
She does love
So we'll
Soren.
probably do that. Yeah, maybe Test Track. I threw that in there. Single rider line, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see
it's a
we'll
fun
see.
ride too.
Yeah, we'll see what the Genie Plus looks like. If things are booking into the afternoon, then we'll try and do standby. If things are more immediate return times for Epcot, we might try and get some that morning and churn through them. So that's kind of up in the air. And then yeah, I'm excited to. I really want that pretzel bread pudding at Germany.
Yeah.
I don't think you had it with me. I think I had it another time I went. It was
Did we
really
not
good.
get it last year?
Did we get it last time? See, I'm
I don't know.
misremembering. Anyways, either way, I have it on my list. In addition to all the things that I want to eat at Flower and Garden
Yeah.
Festival. So we'll do that. And then afternoon, so this will be fun. So we're gonna then monorail from Epcot to the Polynesian. Because why, Steph? Why are we going to the Polynesian?
To go to Trader Sam's
Yeah,
Grotto. Get on the
yeah.
walk up list because it is the best tiki bar ever. Well, okay. One of the best tiki bars. It's I just love tiki bars. I could do a whole podcast on my love of tiki bars.
Well, maybe a future episode, Steph. We'll see.
Maybe all the
Yeah,
tiki bars.
we're not staying at the Polynesian this time. We did stay
No,
at it the
the
last two
last
trips, right?
correct.
That we did. It's so nice. It's definitely Steph's favorite, but we are trying to see if we can check off most, if not all, of the different Disney hotels. So trying to stay at a few different ones. But yeah, so then we'll go there, put our name on the list, and then we'll head to Magic Kingdom. Plan is to, like I said, hopefully have some Genie Plus rides stacked up. Maybe try and get on the Tron virtual queue, the second drop. Although I have heard they might be getting rid of it, Steph. So
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
seems
There's
very
some
quick.
rumors. Yeah, yeah. There's some rumors they might be dropping it. So we'll see. But if not, you can only get 2 individual lightning lanes for the day. So we'll see between Seven Dwarfs, Mine Train, or Tron if we want to pick up one of those in addition to Guardians. And then we'll just wait and see when we get a text from Trader Sam's and try and make our way back there quickly to go and have some drinks and then maybe have some snacks at Tambu Lounge.
And then
And then
weird.
fireworks.
And the dessert party.
Yeah, yeah. So this year we're gonna try the post fireworks dessert party. Now, Steph, you've never done
Mm.
a dessert party, right?
No, I've never.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I love Happily Ever After. It's definitely my favorite fireworks show. It gives me all the feels, and I absolutely hate the crowd and dealing with the crowd. And so we're gonna sit on the hub grass and enjoy our fireworks show, and then go for some post fireworks dessert afterwards. Fuel up for our next race, Steph.
That's right, because the next day is the big day.
That's the big day, yeah. So then we'll head back beach club. So I'm thinking we'll probably be, well, we'll see what time we get to bed, but I don't think it'll be a terribly late night.
No.
Although we do have to get up at probably 2:33 in the morning on Saturday, April the 20th. And so this is our 10K day. So I'm running this one with Steph. So Steph's not by herself today. And as we mentioned in our first episode, this is the day we're gonna do 4 parks plus 10K in one
In one
day.
day.
One epic day.
One epic day.
And Steph made us tank tops. So
I
we're going to
did.
have to get pictures. So I think the goal for this day will be, so we're probably not going to do Genie Plus this day just because I don't think we're going to really hit, enough rides to make it worth it. But the goal is, I think, what to do: one attraction, one
Yeah,
food,
like
drinks kind of
snack or
thing,
something.
and then get our pictures in front of the icons. So, the Tree of Life, the ball, the Epcot ball, the
The
castle,
castle.
and Tower of Terror. So we'll have to get
Yeah.
pictures in our tank tops in front of each of those to call it official that we did it all. Starting maybe with breakfast. I booked us the Ale and Compass breakfast. I've had this before at Beach Club and it was really good and actually really reasonably priced, and we get an AP discount. So
So
we'll see
even
how
better.
yeah, I know. We'll see how hungry we are after doing our 10K. But then yeah, so we're gonna start at Magic Kingdom, try and maybe do Tron if we can get a virtual queue or individual lightning lane, maybe have some snacks. I really want to try that Gaston's Tavern cinnamon bun. I've never had it, and
It does look delicious.
it really does. And then, or Nutella waffle spring rolls. I mean, there's so many good snack
The spring rolls
options.
are great options. I remember those from last year. They were good.
Oh, they're so good. And then bus to Animal Kingdom because we love Nomad Lounge. We are big
Yep.
fans. So plan is to then go there for our food to join the walk-up list and see what we want to see. I've never seen It's Tough to Be a Bug, so I kind of put that on there as
I
like
did
the
see that
the
there.
dark horse of maybe we'll try that. I heard that it terrifies children, so I don't know if I'll be terrified by it, but I don't know. I just want to see, I just want to experience it, Steph. I want to be like,
Sure.
what's all the fuss about? Is it good? Is it terrible?
We'll just have to
Put
see.
on. We'll just have to see. And then from there, Hollywood Studios is the planned next stop. We have an Oga's Cantina reservation at 2:05.
Yay, it'll be my first time and I'm so excited.
Steph is a big Star Wars fan. I feel like that's fair to say.
Yeah, and I've tried to go to Oga's now, well, our last 2 trips, and then when I went to California with my family, and it didn't
Yeah.
happen. So 3 times?
Imagine.
3 times?
I know. It's meant to
Just
be.
hasn't happened. So now we
Yeah.
have a reservation, so yay.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. And I put for our because we're not gonna have Genie Plus and Hollywood Studios, doesn't really have a lot of filler rides, right? So for an attraction, I've suggested the Frozen sing along because I really enjoy the historians.
It is very fun.
They are so funny.
Yep.
It's a good time. And then we'll see how we're doing for time because we can basically take the Skyliner back. We can take either the Skyliner to Epcot or depending on timing, we may just pop back to the beach club. I might have a nap. Steph might have a dip in the pool.
Yep.
As we do.
As we do.
So we'll see how we're doing for time. And then we have a 6:30 p.m. Spice Road table reservation, which is another place that we have in the past tried to go to and I think haven't because we've gotten too full with other food.
Yeah. But our food consumption this day isn't too bad.
Crazy. No, I mean, maybe a
No.
big breakfast, then a snack, then
And
kind of
more,
snackies for lunch at
yeah.
Nomad. Ogas is
So,
just drinks, so we'll just be feeling good after Ogas.
yeah. So I think this is good.
Yeah, we'll see how you're doing after Ogas though, if I have to warn you about the pool later. Last trip, I had to make sure Steph was not going to drown. She's like, "Don't worry, there's lots of lifeguards just in case."
And the cause of the drowning was because I drank the entire flight at homecoming of
The
moonshine. So,
moonshine flight, yeah.
which
And
is
I
the
did and
moonshine
I
flight
did
is
warn
potent.
you.
Yeah.
It's
So
it's so good, but I did warn you. I said, Steph, like it's not going to be like a little drunk. It's going to be like a really
and it
capital
was.
D drunk.
It was, but this was also after we had ran the 10 miler.
Yeah.
And I guess we had a pretty substantial breakfast.
We were probably decently dehydrated with the
Oh, yeah.
heat and the
Yeah.
running. And so, yeah. I'm sure it hit you harder for that reason too.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do. I've put Soren on the list, obviously Guardians. I think
Yep.
every single day I have Guardians on the
Guardians.
list for you.
Just so I get to ride it all the
Because
time.
you
Maybe
do
I'll
love
get
it so
to get
much.
every song.
I know. Well, I was thinking about that. We'll have to keep track and see, because if we can manage to ride it 6 times, in theory, we could get every single
Every
song.
song.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to see what we can do. And then you wanted to go and try the sake flight at the Japan Pavilion, so I put that on the list. We'll
Yeah.
see. And then maybe watch Luminous. I haven't heard good things. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've heard sort of mixed reviews. We haven't seen it, so I thought because we're staying at Beach Club and we're going to go out the International Gateway, I thought, maybe we'll just kind of do that as a last thing. We'll be maybe near the bridge on the way out watching it, and then duck out for a quick exit and back to climb into bed before Steph's last race,
Yep.
which is happening on Sunday, April 21st. And so this is the 10 miler. So again, Steph gonna go run. Oh, I didn't talk about our costumes for our 10K.
Oh
We talked
yeah.
about yeah, I know.
So the
You got to show your
10K.
epic costume.
Yeah. So my brother for Halloween, he had an epic Russell costume because the theme of the 10K is up. Adventure is out there. So I am stealing his Russell costume. So just to preview it a little bit, I have his sash,
Yeah,
which
which
is
is
gigantic and
awesome.
awesome, but it's so
So funny
good.
story, Steph. So Steph is going to be Russell, and we talked
Yeah.
about what I would be, and
Look,
we
even
figured
there's
there.
like the grape soda batch.
I know, that's so
So
cute.
cute.
Yeah, we talked about what I would dress up as, and we thought about Kevin or whatever, and decided that actually, there might be quite a few Kevins. So then we landed on, so I'm going to be the 10K badge that Steph is chasing after and trying to get. So I'm currently making it. So it's the big crafting project going on in my dining room table at the moment, but I was showing the kids, Steph, the picture like that you sent me of you in your Russell costume.
Yep.
I said, so this is, and I zoomed in to show them the badges so they can see like what I'm trying to make. Of course, Deacon is trying to take over my art project and
Of course.
he's like, okay, well, I'll draw up the specs for it. I was like, no, I don't, I'm good. I have it planned out. Anyway, so they're looking at the costume and Cooper, my oldest, goes, how is she going to run in that?
Because it does. It looks humongous on you.
And I said, yeah, we have discussed how much we may need to pin the sash down so that it's not, flying up in your face, because it's pretty big, the sash.
It is very big. So
I think we'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll work out.
And it'll be fine. It'll be doable.
Yeah. And then we have light up tutus, of course, both of us for our costumes. So anyway, so those are the costumes. So then 10 miler race day. What's the costume plan for that one, Steph?
The 10 miler race day is I have another AliExpress purchase, a $10 Lilo dress that I will wear and a little stitch crown that I will somehow figure out how to pin to my head, as well as I have like a little stitch shoulder pal that is technically my child's that I will probably bring and try to attach to me. But then something that we had mentioned too was I had made their French, like RunDisney bracelets are a thing. So my Ohana challenge after I complete the 10 miler bracelet is very cute. It's like this little.
That's so cute.
Colors with like little. Mickey.
So Steph is showing us her bracelet now.
Yeah. So now I have all these bracelets that I, in theory, will trade away. I've made like, I don't know, 7 of them, 8 of them. There are people who make like giant bags of them. So I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
We'll see. I'm excited to see if you exchange them or if you just give them out or if you collect any. So
Yeah.
yeah, so then so Steph's going to do the 10 miler. So it's a longer race. We'll see what time you get done. I again will be sleeping in.
I mean, the last time that we did it, we were back at the hotel by 7. So
Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be too bad. So Steph will
no.
do the race. My job will be getting up and doing all the Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes. So we're going to rope drop Hollywood Studios this day. We'll see. The early entry isn't till 8:30 because the opening time is still 9. They made some of the they changed some of the hours for the other days, but so for the Sunday they haven't. So we'll see if that gets pushed up. But if it's at 8:30, I think it's very doable for us to get there for rope drop. We'll do some Genie. I think we'll do Genie Plus this day. Well, we'll see. We'll see what time everything opens up or if we want to change our minds. But my biggest excitement for this day is I want to get the breakfast Ronto wrap because it's so good. I love it so much. And you can only get it until I think 11 or something. Anyways, you can only get it for
It's
breakfast.
like McDonald's rules.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't serve it all day, which is a mistake because I think it's better than the whatever original lunchtime Ronto wrap. But
Yeah.
anyways, so I thought we have to go to Hollywood Studios in the morning just so I can get this thing. And then the other big plans for the day are brunch at the boathouse at 12:45. So we're going to my plan is for us to actually take the bus because you can't take the Disney transportation from the parks to Disney Springs. So, because obviously the boathouse is at Disney Springs. So my plan is for us to take the bus to Saratoga Springs and get off at the Congress Park stop because that's the one that's the closest one. You can just walk to Disney Springs from there. So that's the plan because I stayed at Saratoga Springs with my kids in August last year. So now I know how all the transportation works at Saratoga Springs.
There you go.
So that's the payoff of staying at different resorts. You kind of get to
You
know
learn
the
all the little
layout.
tips. Yeah.
Yeah, the little tricks. And then we obviously have to do a round of cookies while we're at Disney Springs. So Gideon's, hopefully. And then we're
Yep.
going to try Lake House Cookie Bar because we
We
haven't
are.
been there since that opened. I want to go to Salt and Straw because I can't always do dairy and they have a lot of dairy-free options. And Steph, maybe we'll see how brunch goes, but then you also you know, because we won't be full enough from brunch. Steph's
No,
like, well, maybe we should go to Morimoto Asian street food as well. And I said, sure,
because it's
Steph.
been on
Well,
my list for like 3 trips, and I was like, oh, we haven't made it there. But if we don't make it on this trip, we have other trips. It's not the end of the
yeah,
world. So
yeah. And then I have nap planned for the afternoon. We'll see if Steph will actually nap. Steph can kind of fall asleep anywhere, but I wouldn't say you're like a big napper, like to actually
no, to actually have a big nap,
plan a
no.
nap. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And then I do have a Sebastian's Bistro dinner reservation at 5:45. Again, I think it's a place we've wanted to try for a while, but we do have plans to stay at Caribbean Beach Resort on one of our next races. So I don't know. We
We'll
may
see.
cancel that. We'll see if we want to do more park time because we really only have the morning at Hollywood Studios. I haven't really planned anything else out because I kind of want to see how we're feeling and so we may scratch that. We may want to, go back to Magic Kingdom or Epcot. Steph may want to ride Guardians a couple more
Again,
times.
why
So
not?
yeah. Or maybe I'll go back to the hotel for a nap and you'll go ride
And I'll just go to
Guardians.
do Guardians.
That sounds right for on brand for us.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then we fly out pretty early the next morning. So again, early morning wake up. So we fly home on Monday, April 22nd.
So it is. It's a whirlwind trip, but
It really is.
it's how we do Disney.
Well, I mean, when you're both mothers of small children and work full time, I mean, trying to carve out a few days to go do these Run Disney events, we don't have a lot of extra time to just
No,
lounge and be at leisure. So
and we
trying to
both
fit
try
them
to
in.
like maximize the worth of it. So we try to cram it as much as physically possible.
Yeah, but no, I think it'll be good. And I think I'm going to need a solid nap when I get home from the airport. But otherwise, yeah, it should be a good trip. I'm really looking forward to it.
But yeah, so that's our trip. That's our preamble.
That's it. So we will see how it goes when we get back. We'll do the trip report with all the details. We might split it up into 2 episodes. We'll see, just to tell you all the Run Disney stuff, but then tell you all what we did during the parks. But otherwise, I think that about wraps it up for us today.
So until next time, tweedle out.